Welcome to the very first episode of Today in Bharat's History. I'm the co-founder of Gatha Story and we have been creating children's stories through Bal Gatha, Veer Gatha, Dev Gatha, fairy tales of India for quite a few years now, and these were largely in audio. Today we thought of starting a new show in a new format, and this will be in video. The idea is that every major event, every calendar day brings an event which could have a social, cultural, historical, religious importance or significance. And when we look at different lists, right, from Wikipedia in the modern times, earlier it used to be encyclopedia, dictionaries, or even calendar. A lot of these events used to include information about events that have happened in Western countries. If you listen on radio or read on newspaper, etc., the information used to be about launch of some, satellite, Apollo series of satellite, or somebody won an Oscar award, or birth of certain celebrity, etc. Very little information was available and is available in a proper collated format, which is relevant to Bharat. So at the beginning of the year, I thought of starting this project, and it literally began as a series of WhatsApp messages, 5 or 6 times during the month of January. I sent these messages to a few friends of mine and asked them, hey, is this idea even viable? I got a very positive feedback. In February and early March, we began with a Substack newsletter, which also included a short audio summary. And now, today, on the 1st of April, we are starting this new venture, which is in the form of a video. I would like to keep it short. Typically, every episode will be under 5 minutes, and that will be my goal. Today, I thought of adding a little bit more time just to set the context, just to give you an idea as to what we are planning to do with this project. And just a case in point of what I was explaining earlier, today is the 1st of April 2024. The moment we mention 1st of April, what's the first thought that comes to your mind? Or if you ask your friends around, hey, why is 1st April significant? A lot of people may say it's April Fool's Day. If you come from the financial services sector, you may say, okay, it's the start of the new financial year. But do you know that there are at least 8 or 9 historically, culturally, socially, religion-wise significant events that happened in our country's history today? So let us begin. Today is the Jayanti or birth anniversary of Guru Tegh Bahadur, the 9th Guru of Sikhs, who was born on this very day in Amritsar in 1621. I spoke about financial services. Today is also the foundation day of the Reserve Bank of India. In 1935, RBI was started originally as a private concern. In 1949, it was nationalized, and now it's the nation's banker. Today is also the foundation day of the state of Odisha, which in the mid-1930s, when it was created, it was called Orissa. In fact, till the much of the 20th century, it was called Orissa. Original capital was Cuttack, which has been the historical capital of that particular state. And it was only much later that Bhubaneswar became the capital of Odisha. So those of you who hail from Odisha or who live there or are interested in the culture of this beautiful state in the eastern part of our nation, happy Odisha Divas. Today is also the Jayanti of Hedgewar, who was born in 1889, one of the stalwart leaders of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. In 1973, Project Tiger was launched on the 1st of April, and this project has made a significant impact in improving awareness about wildlife in our country, at the same time increasing the forest coverage, giving a legal structured protection to animals, trees, wildlife, species, people living in and around the forests, and not to mention employment generation through tourism. In 1959, when Dalai Lama with his followers entered India as a Sharanarthi, and these were some of the events related to our nation directly. I would also like to talk about 3 companies which are not, they have made such a big impact historically and even today that I thought of talking about them. 1st of April 1976 is when Apple Computers was founded. And in fact, I'm recording this very video on an Apple iPhone, which is made in Bharat. Gmail. A lot of people have Gmail accounts, or they use. Majority of Android users may also have a Gmail account. In 2004, Google launched Gmail. A lot of people thought it was an April Fool's joke, which was not the case. And back in the day, you required an invite code to create your Gmail account. I was in the US at that time, and I remember reaching out to my cousins, my friends, my co-workers, and asking them, hey, do you have a spare invite for Gmail? And I think each person used to get only about 5 or 10 codes. So people were like very choosy. I'll only share it with my closest. If I really like you, I'll share it with you. So it was around May or June 2004 that I created my first Gmail account, if I recall. So some fond memories there. And speaking of fond memories, 1845. A lot of households, even now, have sewing machines, either the foot-pedaled ones or the hand-cranked ones. And singer machines have had such a big impact, and which brings me to an interesting segue that we may not have an episode for every calendar day. Sometime. Tomorrow, on 2nd of April, is also Autism Awareness Day. And the death anniversary or Punyatithi of K.S. Ranjit Singh Ji. And the Ranji Trophy is named after him. This was an overview of today in Bharat's history. And I thought that this also is a good point to stop today's episode. This is a new venture. There might be some misses, some things that may not work out right, for which I apologize. Every puja, every havan that we conduct, at the end, we pray to the deity saying, kuch bhul chuk ho gayi. If something has inadvertently gone wrong, I seek your forgiveness. Similar, I would love to hear your feedback. Constructive, positive, everything is appreciated. And kindly do subscribe to this show. This is a new show. The only way to grow and to keep motivating us to produce more episodes is through your likes, comments, shares. My name is Amar Vyas. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Today in Bharat's History.